Hey everyone, Maestro here. I am the football enthusiast. Alright, so in today's video, we're going to talk about two things. My match reaction to Man City 4, Real Madrid 0 in the Champions League semi-final. It rounds out the final. City will now play Inter Milan in the final in Istanbul on June 10th, I believe. And I'll give my reaction for this match, for this tie in general. And we will then be talking about the City side in general in terms of where does the City side rank in history? How good exactly are they compared to the certain other teams that we will talk about later? Now, the reason why we're talking about that is because it seems to be a topic lately around the football community. So I thought I'd weigh in here as well. But let's first start with my match reaction for this match. It's going to be short. It was destruction. It went the way I thought it went. The first leg, they were shackled, restrained. Pep wanted the draw. He got the draw. He restrained his players. They got what they wanted. Second leg, the chains were off. The shackles were off. City were themselves. And in being themselves, they are, like I said in my first video, just their attack is better than their attack. Their midfield is better than their midfield. Their defense is better than their defense. Madrid have the better goalie, but that's it. City have the better coach as well, and that disparity in quality showed. They were just so much better in every way, and it was such a dominant performance. Destruction, really, destruction. 4-0, easy. It went how I thought it would go. Now, Madrid, what could they have done to maybe stand a better chance? Well, the thing is with Madrid is that they did not fear City at all. They did not make any adjustments. They played against City the same way they played against Girona, Sociedad Betis, Elche. And that's a mistake. It's admirable in some sense because, you know, you're trusting your players, Ancelotti, but ultimately this sit back, absorb the pressure, counter, it's not going to work against a side like City at their home. It's just simply not going to work. It worked last year, yes, but because the mentality gap was there. Mentally, Madrid were all up for it. City looked in shambles. This year, they bridged that gap mentally. And then all that was left was to show the quality of both teams. And the quality of City far surpasses the quality of Madrid. And no offense to Kroos and Modric, but time is undefeated. And they are, if they were what they once were, could have been different, but still. They simply aren't what they once were, and therefore they got crushed. So that's where Ancelotti went wrong. He should have made adjustments, heavy adjustments, and respected City, and he did not. Therefore, they suffered. We don't need to go into more detail. That's my match reaction. In fact, I'm done. That's what I'm talking about with this game. There's not much else to talk about. It was destruction. I want to move on to what I spoke about before. Where does this Manchester City side rank? The team that won all these games. Where does this City side rank in terms of the best teams in club history? Now, not international history, because I don't think it's fair to compare club teams to international teams. It really isn't fair. It's a completely different world. You know, you can't buy plays. It's just a whole mess. So I'm just comparing club teams. Now, let's start by, I'm going to give you guys my opinion on who I believe are the best club sides I've ever seen. I've seen, by the way. So I'm not going to mention the Invincibles nor the 98-99 United side because I was too young and I don't remember them vividly. All right, so I'm not going to mention those teams nor the 02 Galacticos. I was too young. I've read about them, I've watched YouTube videos about them, but I was still far too young to have a proper opinion on them. All right, so I'm just going to talk about sides that I've watched. The three best teams that I've watched in my lifetime. The first two, I think you guys would agree with straight away. The third, maybe not, but I'll explain. Number one. All right, so I'm just going to leave this on the screen. I'll leave this on the screen. Just yeah. Number one. 2010-2011 Barcelona is the best side I've ever seen. All right, I actually have it here. This is the team they played in the final. Pedro, Messi, Villa, Busquets, Iniesta, Xavi, Mascherano, Piqué, Abadal, Alves, Puyol off the bench. Valdez. This is the highest level of football I've ever seen any team ever play. Alright, moving on. Second best team, 09 Barcelona. another Barcelona and another Pep team. Val is essentially the same team, except Silvinho is here. You can see in the final, but I believe Alves was injured. Yeah, I believe he was still in this team. Yaya, Iniesta, Busquets, Xavi, same Messi, but then you have Eto'o and Thierry freaking Henry. And yes, you might be saying, well, hold on, is this team not better than 2011? No. Yes, they have Eto'o and Henry, and Eto'o and Henry are better than Villa and Pedro, definitely 100%. But Pep got better, Messi got better, the midfield got better, and ultimately this team meshed in better than the 09 team did, and therefore I think this team is better. But the 09 team was still unfreaking believable. They won 6 trophies in 1 year, by the way. Now the third team, I don't have it on screen. This is where people won't agree with me. I think the third best club side I've ever seen in my life is 2011-2012 Real Madrid. Mourinho's Real Madrid. It was Xabi Alonso, Khedira, Ozil. It was Ronaldo. It was Benzema. It was Sergio Ramos. It was Pepe. It was Jose Mourinho. That, for me, was the third best club side I'd ever seen. They won the league that year. Now, the thing is about that side, they won the league and nothing else. No Copa, no Champions League. But here's the thing about that. Cup competitions, anything can happen. Sometimes, look, to win trophies, you need to be first. You need to be quality. Secondly, you need luck, and sometimes luck doesn't come your way. So yes, I will still say this. I'm just going off my eyes. The level of play I saw from that Mourinho Real Madrid side, it's the third best team I've ever seen in my life, and I will say that with my chest. Just the level of play that they played was better than 2013 Bayern Munich. Or 08 United, or even better than 2015 Barcelona for me. Just from with my own eyes, watching that Madrid side play, watching these other teams play that won the Champions League, I still say this Madrid team is better than all those sides that won the Champions League. Just from my eyes and watching the level of play that I saw. You might not agree, but it's just my opinion. Now, I established the 3 teams. Do I think this City side is better than those 3 teams? Hell no. No. When it comes to the Barca side, they're not even remotely close. Alright? In fact, I'm going to just say this. Manchester City in 17-18, in the 2017-2018 season, was better than this side. Alright? This side is tremendous, but this Madrid team is great. They destroyed them, but they're not that great. They're third or second in La Liga by a lot, by the way. Barcelona destroyed them in the league by like 12-13 points. They won the Copa, that's fine, but ultimately there are flaws. And yes, I know, but what happened last year? Well, yes, that they made up for their lack of quality last year with just a bit of luck and being mentality kings. They ultimately, if you remember, we all said PSG were better than them last year, and Chelsea and City and Liverpool. They beat all 4 of them, but those teams were better than them. The reason why they went past them is because, once again, a bit of luck, and they were mentality kings. So we shouldn't go crazy about them being the side. And now, of course, there is the fact that they might get a treble, and there are only a few teams that won a treble. And just a fun fact: this 2011 side, Barcelona, did not win the treble, by the way. That's a surprise, isn't it? They lost the Copa del Rey to Mourinho's Real Madrid in 1-0. But once again, like I said before, cup competitions, sometimes the luck just isn't there. So I still don't care. This is the best I've ever watched in my life. I don't care if they didn't win the treble. So this idea that because they won the treble that they should now be considered as the greatest of all time, or one of, being in that bracket, is silly. Because, like I said before, 17-18 City is better than this one, in my opinion. And that team just won the Premiership, right? They didn't win the FA Cup or Champions League. They might have won the FA Cup, I think, actually. Yeah, they might have won the FA Cup. I'm not entirely sure. Doesn't matter. Look, my point is, they're amazing. They're unbelievable. But just my eyes, they're not better than those sides I just mentioned. And I don't think they're better than 2015 Barcelona. I don't think they're better than 2013 Bayern Munich. I don't think they're better than 2014 to 20. They're not better than 2017 Real Madrid either. I don't think they are. So, yeah. Now, there is another video that I will be making about Pep Guardiola. This man right here. Reason being is, in two of the sides I mentioned as the two best teams, he was the coach for both of them. And now he's on the edge of doing something crazy again. He's already done it, but yeah, like, we will talk about Pep in another video about how good I think he is and where he ranks in terms of managers. Is he the GOAT of managers? We will talk about that later. So right now, I'm done with the video, guys. Hope you guys enjoy. If you did enjoy, please leave a like. If you want to see more, please subscribe. If you agree, disagree, comment down below. Sorry if I've been jittery with this video. I've kind of just been spitballing, but it's just my personal opinions. If you don't agree, that's perfectly fine. We can have a civil discussion. Yeah. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Please have a great day, and as always, take care of yourselves.